leaders. Welcome everybody to this Zoom training. If this is your first time ever using Zoom, then welcome to 2018, where training is so much more fun when you can see each other face to face, okay? So I hope that this training is going to open your eyes to something that maybe you hadn't kind of thought about in the past. So I know that everybody and all different leaders kind of coach differently, and maybe you were coached to do something different than what you hear. So all I ask is that you just stay open to the possibility of perhaps implementing this into your business. I'm the type of person that if I've tried something in the past and it didn't work, or what I'm currently using isn't working, then why not try something new, right? So my favorite part about this particular training, you guys, is that it's something that you can duplicate to everybody within your team. Okay, you don't need any like special skill set. It pretty much applies to everybody, and it's something that is going to help you wherever you are in your business. Okay, so I have put together a slide deck because I am a visual learner and I like something tangible that I can read and look at and take back with me. So feel free to take notes, feel free to screenshot whatever you feel is a best way for you to learn. But I have put together a visual aspect of it so that you guys, hopefully it appeals to everybody. So audio, visual, all that other good stuff, okay? So let's get right into it. Paving the yellow brick road. So I am here to chat with you guys about getting your kidnappers, quote unquote kidnappers, or people who are just here for the discount to get to yellow status, because it is going to tremendously impact your business, okay? So is it gonna work? Here we go, okay. I'm sorry, can you guys see this like really annoying bar up on the top? I really want it to go away. Okay, I'm just gonna move it over. Okay, so road to yellow, this is a 10-step process, okay? So let's first talk about what a kidnapper is and why do we even have kidnappers? First of all, somebody has joined as a quote unquote kidnapper, which my team and I prefer to call them wholesale shoppers instead of kidnappers, because there's a negative connotation with kidnappers. That's like so 2013, 2014, right? People just got the kit and ran. So we call them discount shoppers, wholesale shoppers. It sounds a lot more appealing. It sounds like somebody that's really smart instead of a kidnapper, okay? So, but for the sake of everybody kind of understanding what that means, we're gonna use the term kidnapper in this particular training, but I definitely encourage you to go back to these particular people that you have in your team and refer to them as something that's not so negative, okay? So why do we have kidnappers? We have kidnappers because they love the product. They would not have signed up to purchase a kit if they didn't love something in that kit, okay? So you have to capitalize on that opportunity. They didn't purchase the kit just because they wanted the box. Okay, they didn't purchase the kit because they wanted a website. They purchased the kit because there's something in the kit, and more often than not, it has to do with the mascara. But they purchased the kit because they love something in it. They love a good deal. They bought the kit because it's a steal of a deal, right? So you already know that she likes to have a discount, and you need to learn how to leverage that type of vocabulary with them. So they love a product, they love a good deal. They are a kidnapper, or they come to you saying, hey, I just want the kit, Jessica, don't bother me, I just want the kit. And they do that because they have an underlying fear of being committed to the business, okay? There's something about the business that scares them, whether that's selling, they have no sales experience, whether it's they don't want to be annoying on Facebook, or they don't have the time, right? It's all these fears that they have. It's not necessarily that they don't want to make money. You'll never run into anybody in the world that will say, I'm just not really interested in making any money, okay? No one is gonna say that. So that's truly not the reason. It has to do with some sort of fear. So why are kidnappers important? We've noticed, myself and the other Black status leaders, as we've gone through these chats with you guys and kind of just being a fly on the wall, we've noticed that there's a lot of common chatter that goes on between the pink, blue, and green chats, where people are like, oh, I only have kidnappers on our team. On my team are only this. And I'm looking at this going, oh my God, you're so lucky that you have all these kidnappers on your team. And people can't seem to wrap their head around that. So that's why I say, just try to be open to these ideas. It's definitely a shift in your mental state and how you view these people. And just know that they are very, very valuable to your team, okay? Extremely valuable. And the reason why is because they join with no expectation, you guys. And sometimes that is the best thing. And I'm here to tell you that the vast majority of Black status leaders in this company joined as kidnappers, okay? And I can stand by that statement 100% because I have seen it, I have heard it, and I am one of them, okay? So they join with no expectation. A kidnapper is not here to say, oh my gosh, okay, I wanna join and I wanna make $1,000 a month. And the cool thing about them having no expectation, you guys, is that you get to under promise and over deliver to them. So they can join and you can say, yeah, don't worry about it. You're not going to have to sell anything. And then you over deliver by helping them make money. Okay. That's like the ultimate best feeling when somebody comes into this business with no intention of ever making any money, and then all of a sudden they are making money. Okay, they are so excited about that. So you get to under promise and over deliver. And as your team grows larger and larger, especially as you start recruiting and you have elites in your downline, you're going to need to maintain that circle. And that's where those kidnappers come in. And it's a numbers game, you guys. Would you rather have one person selling 1,000, or would you rather have 1,000 people selling $1 worth, $10 worth? You do the math. Okay, so kidnappers are important. In the big picture, they are important. All right, so let's move on. Okay, I apologize. I'm pretty sure you guys can see, this up on top here that's kind of blocking it. But this is an example, you guys, of a super awesome blue status leader on my team who has everything that it takes to get to green status. And mentally, she didn't think that she does. I am a green personality. I love charts. I love numbers. I love analyzing things. Excel spreadsheets are my jam. So I pull my team's numbers into Excel and we figure it out and we look at it because facts, the numbers don't lie. These are facts that she does have what it takes to get to green status. So what you see here on the screen is basically information that I pulled from her back office, and I put it into Excel. It's the same thing that you see in your back office. However, what I did, I'm sorry, Isabel, I know I can see your face on here. Is this little box right here blocking all the numbers? No, you guys see the screen perfectly fine. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. All right, so I see it differently, sorry. Okay, so on the right side where it's like in a red kind of outline, the PRS needed is basically what is needed for them to get to yellow status, okay? So this is just simple numbers that are plugged in. It's very, very simple math, 1,000 minus whatever their lifetime PRS is, okay? So when we break that down and we pull out all those white status presenters that are going for yellow, which are the ones that are in this yellow box, if she got her white status presenters to yellow, you guys, she would be more than halfway to green status. Now, this is not including all the rest of the presenters that are on her team that are already past yellow status, her workers, her runners, okay? These are simply kidnappers and brand new presenters on her team. So when you pull the numbers and you look at it this way, it's mind blown how important those kidnappers are. And of course, everyone's big question is, okay, well, how do we get them to become yellow status, right? So I'm here to show you exactly how you can do it in a very, very simple 10-step process. Before we do that, I encourage you guys to grab a sticky or a lipstick or a lip liner or something and write this down somewhere where you're going to see it at least 3 different areas in your day-to-day routine. And that is yellow brick roads lead to emerald cities. Okay. This is my quote that I came up with for my team. I absolutely love the Wizard of Oz, if you haven't noticed. And this doesn't have anything to do with the Wizard of Oz, but yeah, it does. Okay. So yellow brick roads lead to emerald cities. It's pretty simple to understand that concept when you look at it in terms of the little charms, right? So when you build yellows, you guys, you are going to build greens. You are going to get to green. You're going to help girls on your team that are going for green status build to green status, okay? Yellow brick roads lead to emerald cities, you guys. It is more than just a little statement. Like, it is actually true. And this particular graph down here that you see with this team as an example is a perfect way of showing you a visual aspect of how getting these girls to yellow status is going to get this particular presenter to blue. I'm sorry, to green. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so here are the steps to get to yellow status, and this is how we do it, okay? Obviously, you're gonna have to sell, book parties and all that other stuff, but this is a more of a tangible way to help you understand how to get your girls to yellow status, okay? So number 1 is to identify those new presenters. This is very simple. You do it in your back office. If you have a smaller team, you'll probably pop open your back office, click on company number, and you know exactly who's new. For those of you who have larger teams, you can go into your team talk and you can view it in there, and it'll show you who are the new presenters that joined within the last, I think it's pretty accurate day by day, and you can see the date that they joined. And yes, this does mean that everybody in your back office needs to be tracked, okay? don't rely on the sponsor to do that. Meaning that if you are a blue, or let's take a blue status presenter as an example, a blue going for green perhaps, and you have a girl on your team, Isabel, and Isabel sponsors Jessica, don't wait for Isabel to go and reach out to Jessica, okay? If you have a small enough team, you guys are intimate, you guys are a family, it's kind of like having your kids have kids, right? They are your grandchildren. You're gonna wanna go and meet your grandchildren, right? You're gonna wanna go to the hospital and be like, oh my gosh, my new grandbaby. You need to do the same thing with the people in your team, okay? So don't wait for that presenter or that sponsor to reach out. Do it yourself. And your teams should be at a size where you should feel comfortable being able to do that, and it shouldn't be too overwhelming. As your teams grow and as you duplicate this within your team, you will just do it for your circle, okay? So make sure that you're reaching out. Identify who these new people are. The next thing, step 2, is to reach out to them and friend request them or message them. So as you are trying to make more room in your what do you call it, friends list, maybe friend requesting isn't the way to go. For me personally, I do friend requests for those in my circle. I message them, I introduce myself, and then I just let them know like, hey, I'm just, part of the business. I hope you understand. I'm going to, friend you. It kind of sounds kind of bad, but it's the truth, especially if you're really close to reaching your friends limit. You're going to want to make sure you keep those spots open. But you friend request them, you send them a message. You guys, this is very personal, and this shows that, hey, all that stuff that I said was so great about this company, how we have a sisterhood and how we support one another. We are living that through this, okay? That is part of the mission. So you are there and you're showing them that you do care. You're not just having them join. They're not just a new person on your team. Oh, yay, another number to help me get to green. No, they are a person, okay? They're not just a number. And this is also opening that door for the trust and communication and for you guys to build that bond with one another, okay? So it breaks down that barrier all of a sudden so people aren't like, oh, well, Jessica's my upline. I don't really know who she is. Well, now she does, okay? And they can put a name with the face and a personality all together, okay? Does that make sense? So, and then step 3 is to ask. This is really, really important. Leaders are listeners, okay? You have to ask. You cannot just assume or prejudge and say, oh, well, Danielle told me that Jessica was just a kidnapper. Okay, that's great. Maybe because Jessica has fears, right? Maybe Danielle doesn't know, how to talk to Jessica in a different way. Like, you just don't know. You can't prejudge and you can't assume. So I always go to them, and my golden question for them is, I'm curious, what made you join? And I do this through a voice message, okay? So they can hear my passion, they can hear my excitement when I friend request them and I send them a message. It's all done through voice message as well, because I'm super excited to have them on my team. I want them to know that it's not like a copy pasted type of thing. Like, I took the time to voice message them. A voice message is a minute long, you guys, so it should take you less than a minute. Okay, if you're using voice messenger over and over and over to send a welcome message or to introduce yourself, then you're saying too much. All right. So I always ask them, I'm curious, what made you join? And then they give me their answer, okay? So that goes on to step 4. Acknowledge and validate their response, you guys. This is really, really, really important. Our job is not to influence them. Hold on, it's not your job to influence them other ways. Okay, yes. So our job is to influence them, you guys, but not to use what they have as their reason for joining and say, oh, but you should totally just make money, or even if you're a kidnapper, you should totally just join a team page. Like, I don't do that, okay? I acknowledge what their passion and reason was for joining, whether that was the kit. Oh, I love the mascara and I love the eyeshadow palette and I love Splash, so I decided to just join. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. You are such a smart shopper, okay? I validate their response. If you can't relate to them directly on what their reason was for joining, like let's say their reason was, well, I want to pay for my dog's vet visit, and you're like, okay, I don't have a dog, I can't relate to that. It doesn't matter. You can still validate her response. I am so sorry to hear about your dog. I really hope that you're able to, make enough money to pay for that vet and blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's really important that you validate their response, you guys. We are in the relationship building business, and that is part of it, is that you need to validate the reason why she's here. Okay. Don't use that as an opportunity to say, but girl, you should totally sell instead of just being a kidnapper. You can totally make a ton of money. You can like, that's not the place to do it. And it's definitely not the time in your relationship to do it. Okay. So live the mission, you guys. Make sure that you're there to validate exactly what her reason is, and where she's headed with this particular business. I'm just going to check the chat really quick because it's popping off like crazy. Okay, cool. Nothing too pressing. All right. Moving on. So step 5 is to determine which category they fall into. This is the most crucial part of this entire training, you guys, okay? If there's anything, you can print this screen out. Print it out, post it wherever you want, stick it in your car, whatever, okay? And I have very strategically color coordinated these hearts because it reminds me of a stop sign. It's like, whoa, Nelly, the red ones, you better slowly roll. Yellow ones, like, we can kind of move a little bit faster. And green, like, we're full speed ahead, okay? There's just no other way around it. So the most important step is step 5, determine which category they fall into. If they are a discount shopper, you guys, you never, okay, never use the terms commission, promotion, or pay raise with these people, okay? That's not their language. You are speaking something so foreign and disgusting to them that they are going to turn their back on you immediately, okay? You are going to lose them. They're going to shut down and they're not going to respond to you, okay? They're like, whatever you have to say after that is just totally irrelevant. If they are a hobbyist, they are here to pay a few bills, have some fun. They're mostly here for the sisterhood, okay? They're here for the fun part of the journey. They're here to learn how to put on makeup. They're here to probably, maybe learn how to use a couple new products. Like, I love hanging out with my girlfriends. I love convention. I'm kind of pushing for Cancun, but it's cool if I don't make it there. Like, it's not really on my radar. Okay, these are your yellow heart girls. These are your hobbyists, all right? And then your green heart girls are your presenters, okay? Those are the ones that are money motivated. They are here for a bigger purpose. They are here because they want to make something out of this business. It's not just about, the sisterhood. It's not just about the discount. That's like the added bonus in this business for them, okay? So that is step 5, the most crucial step in this whole entire training, you guys. You have to understand where these people fall, okay? And you do that by asking them back in step number 3, asking them, I'm curious what made you join. And most of the time they will be very clear which one of these 3 hearts they fall under, okay? It will be very, very clear. Now, some people may be a little bit of both. I kind of want the sisterhood. I think it's cool that I get to learn about makeup and stuff, but I really don't want to sell anything. Okay, so they may fall between those 2, and that's okay. And I will show you guys how you can get them over that hump. All right, so moving on. Step 6. Again, we ask questions. Leaders ask questions. And I just want to be really clear here that a leader is not a green status and above, okay? A leader is anybody who has somebody that's on their team. And most importantly, a leader is even any of you guys that have joined and don't have anybody on your team, because part of leadership is being able to influence, and you've done something to either influence yourself to join this business or influence someone else to join this business. So you are a leader, okay? It's really important. So get that in your head. You're a leader. You're a pink status presenter, you're a leader. You're a yellow status presenter, you're a leader, okay? You're leading yourself to something. And that could be good or bad, but you're still a leader, all right? So leaders ask questions. My golden question is, after they've told me, right, I know what she is. I know if she's a red, a yellow, or a green. It's no question now. I figured that out. Maybe it took longer than just one little question, conversation to discover which color she was, but I know what color she is. So I know exactly how I'm going to talk to her from now on. I'm going to speak her language. Okay, this is really important. You're not going to go to, China and speak to somebody in Spanish, because they're going to look at you and say, I don't even know what you're talking about. Get out of my face. It's not even important right now. Like, go, right? It's the same thing. You're not speaking their language. You need to speak their language. So my question is, after we've talked and we've kind of broke that ice a little bit, I say, can I add you to a small chat with just a few other blank ladies? We share ways to blank, and then we will fill in the blanks depending on which color of heart they fall into, okay? So can I add you to a small chat with just a few other discount shoppers? Ding, ding, ding. We share ways to maximize savings to get the best deals. Okay, or can I add you to a small chat with just a few other hobbyists? We share ways to earn spending money each month. Okay, your hobbyist, you guys, is here to buy her Starbucks. She's here to, have that run to Target every week or every day, like I do. Okay, those are your hobby people. Those are the ones that are here because they are like, okay, I really want to, be able to shop on Jane.com every day. So I need a little bit of extra spending money. Okay. So when you start talking about earning spending money, you're speaking their language. They're like, oh yeah, girlfriend, I'm in, talk to me. How do I earn a little bit extra spending money? How do I pay for, little Jesse's karate? Like, you're speaking their language. All right. And most of the time I like to take this a step further, and I'll go and kind of snoop on their page, and I'll be like, okay, so her daughter's in cheer and her son is in baseball. Like, we're going to talk about this. Okay. Would you like to, we share ways to earn spending money each month, and it may help with you know, your little daughter's cheerleading class and your son's baseball, you know, bat and pants that you got to buy. Like, I try to make it personal to her. Okay. The more personal that you can make it and the more of a relationship that you can be together with them, you guys, it is going to be golden. Okay. And mind you, these are still some of my kidnappers. All right. My quote unquote kidnappers, the ones that told Jessica that she was just here for, you know, just a kit. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, yes, girl, you're so smart. Discount shopper. You're awesome. Okay. So anyway, can I add you to a chat? Like, we talk. Okay. I don't just end it there. Like, I don't pre-assume. I don't prejudge. I know what she told me, that she's not interested in selling. And I'm like, girlfriend, you don't have to sell, but you wanted a discount and you wanted just a kit because you like something in the kit and you love that dang mascara. So every month you can just get a discount on your mascara, and I'll show you how. It's really simple. Can I just add you a chat with a couple other girls? And most of the time, those particular chats for the red heart chats, they're not going to be very chatty anyway. So no one's really going to be annoyed. Okay. Let's be honest. So, okay. So moving on. So then for your, for the greens, you're going to say, you know, can I add you to a small chat with just a few other launching presenters, right? Where you're speaking their language. We share ways to grow and earn in this business. And you're like, yes, they are loving it. Add me, please, right now, right this minute. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get going. In fact, I'll add myself, right? They're those type of personality people. And you will know all this right off the bat if you ask the right questions, okay? You need to speak their language. It's very, very, very important. I think someone's drawing on my screen. Oh, cool. We have a little artist in the house. All right. So, let's see, where were we? Okay. Okay. So step 7, you guys, place them in a chat of no more than 5. Once you have 5 in a chat, you guys, you need to start a new chat. And I know for some people, they're like, well, what if I have 5 and then I have one other person join and then it's just me and her? Well, then you just keep chatting with her and you wait until you have someone else to add. So then now you have 2 or 3, which, you know, would be the 2 and then including you. So wait no more than 5. This is why it's really important, especially for the girls that fall into the red and yellow hearts. Don't add more than 5 people to those chats, because you're going to really, really tick them off, you guys, and they're going to bounce out of that chat faster than you can even like type hello. Okay. Keep it to 5. 5 seems to be like the magic number, especially with the red and yellow hearts, because the red hearts, there's not too many chatty people in there. They're just like, okay, show me the discount, right? And the yellow hearts, they're kind of chatty, but not too much. And with the greens, like, you'll just know who your runners are right off the bat. All right. So step 7 is to place them in a chat no more than 5. Once you have 5, you have to start a new chat. Don't go over 5. Okay. We've tried to do that in the past. I mean, of course, you're welcome to do as you wish. But trial and error has proven to us that 5 is the magic number. Okay. And then step 8 is to help them with a party. Now, this is where I think some people, you know, they kind of cringe, right? And I know different leaders don't coach this way, and that's totally fine. And I respect that 110%. But as I mentioned, if you could just be open to these options, I promise that it makes sense. Okay. So you're going to help them with a party. And I know that people are like, don't handhold, you know, don't do the work for them. Okay. I don't do any work for them. I promise you guys. All right. So for your red heart people, let's do a simple mascara wear and share setup. And they're like, what is that? We don't use the word party. Okay. Party is like the 4-letter word that you don't want to use, but it's not really 4 letters. Okay. Like, we don't use the word party with red people. Just don't. Okay. Like, at all. Don't even say open a party link. They're like, whoa, no party links. We're just going to open a shopping link, a sharing link. Call it a sharing link. Okay. Don't call it a party link ever. Okay. So let's set up a simple mascara wear and share. Let's do a simple mascara wear and share setup. And then they always come back and say, well, what is that? Oh, girl, well, you love the mascara, so let's just take a couple pictures of you wearing the mascara. In fact, I have a couple pictures that I can share with you. And then we're just going to share this amazing mascara with some of your girlfriends. Don't add all your friends. Okay. Don't go crazy and add all your friends. Just add a couple of your friends. Okay. It's all in how you talk to them. It's really simple. We're just going to wear this product and we're going to freaking share it because we wear it and we love it. Whatever it is. When you ask her, what made you join? Oh, it's because I really wanted a discount on the instant lifting serum. boom, wear and share party on instant lifting serum because that's what she loves. Okay. I like to keep it simple. And I know that everybody and their grandma's like favorite dog wears mascara because it's amazing, right? And Epic is simple. It's something you can duplicate and the price point is perfect. Okay. So most of the time we do the mascara wear and share parties because it's very simple. And there's 1,012,000 Jessica Stamper pictures out there where you can use her beautiful eyelashes and you can sell the heck out of this Epic mascara. All right. And we use the key terms with them. We're just going to get you there so we can maximize your discount. All right. Because again, they're discount shoppers. They're the ones that are here because they like a good deal, which is why they paid $99 to get to over $200 worth of product. All right. So they're smart shoppers and I'm a smart shopper too. So I like to, you know, be on their same level with that. I'm like, girlfriend, you shop smart like I do. Like I love shopping the clearance section and so do you. And I love Target and so do you. So let's just do a mascara wear party. And they're like, okay, you know, they get all excited about it. Your yellows, let's at least get your enrollment costs back. Okay, remember, this is the girl that is joining because she wants the Starbucks, she wants her nails done, she needs her hair done, you know, she wants to be shopping at 12 o'clock at night on jane.com and not feel bad about it. So let's get your enrollment costs back. $99 back in your pocket, like we'll just hurry up and get you there, right? And also, we are going to maximize her discount because the more that we maximize her discount, the more money she's going to save and that makes her happy. Right? So we're just going to get you there so we can maximize your discount. Again, we don't use a promotion. We don't use get you to your first promotion. Let's get you more commission. Like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Again, make sure that you're speaking her language. And then with the greens, the ones that are like, I'm ready to rock and roll in this business, then girl, let's maximize that commission ASAP. Okay. We are using her lingo. We are speaking her language. We are in her native country right now, you guys. Okay. We are on it. We're speaking her language. And so the most important part of these particular parties, you guys, is that they are coaching tools. Okay, this is my favorite part. And this is why I don't do it all for them. And I have them, you know, kind of jump in here and there and I coach them through it without saying like, hey, I'll coach you through your first party. Because again, the reds are like, back up, girlfriend. I'm not trying to do all that. All right. So I don't tell them that I'm coaching her, but guess what? At the end of it, I'm like, oh my goodness, like we just did something phenomenal. You can totally duplicate that. Like go ask your friend Becky if you can do the same thing with her friends. I mean, it was so simple, right? You know, okay, so all parties, all these opening parties or whatever you want to call them, wear and share parties, they are coaching tools, you guys. They take that same information and that's the exact platform that they're going to use to have parties with their network now. All right. And I always use the intern approach, you guys, because think about it. If it's your first day on the job and you're working at Microsoft and they're like, hey, welcome to Microsoft. Okay, now go, you know, sell software. And you're like, what? Like, I'm right out of high school. I don't even know what is going on right now. Like, when is lunch? I don't even know, right? They're so confused. You guys, it's like they are an intern. You have to walk the walk with them, right? You're not going to do the work. I'm not going to sit at their desk and say, okay, now this is what you're going to type, right? She's an intern, you guys. I'm here. She's going to shadow me. I'm going to answer her questions. I'm going to let her take the wheel. I'm not the driver. She's the driver. I'm just in the passenger seat, right? So they are coaching tools. These brand new parties are coaching tools. And again, have that mentality that she's an intern. This is the intern approach. I'm letting her drive. I'm letting her take the seat. I'm totally there to support her, guide her along the way. She is going to kind of shadow me in some aspect because I need to give her guidance. I'm not just going to throw her into Microsoft.com's brand new office building and say, hey, make sure you get to yellow status. Like, I'm not going to do that, right? You have to take them on the road with you. Okay. Don't just pop them into your team pages, you guys, and tag them in 412 posts saying, hey, this one too, Jessica, and this one too, when you're done. And Jessica, when you're done with this one, and then tomorrow, like they are, oh my God, like, sorry, I'm done. I really don't want to sell anymore. I'm really sorry, Sophia. I actually thought I wanted to sell, but I really don't. You know why? Because they're overwhelmed. Okay. They're overwhelmed. They are an intern, you guys. Remember that. And remember their love language. And I'm like, it goes beyond the, you know, yellow, red, blue, green thing. Like their love language is this. Are they a red? Are they a yellow? Are they a green? Hearts. Okay. Alrighty. Let me just check the questions really quickly. Okay. Okay. So some of these I will get to in a second. Okay, so on to step 9. Step 9 is to engage in the chat. So now you're probably wondering, well, wait a minute, I don't want to word vomit all over these people. Like how often should I be engaging? Like what should we be doing? What should we be talking about in these chats? I don't even know. Monthly for the reds, okay? Think kudos. That's it. They don't want to be getting 100 notifications. And usually with the reds, what I do is I post like this little rule up on top. Anybody that's on here that's in my team knows that I absolutely hate with a passion. I hate that stupid thumb. The little like ding, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got a message, right? And then you go and check it out, and then it's like, you're like, are you kidding me right now? Like, did you seriously just make my phone ding and you gave me your stupid thumb? Like the thumb is kind of like, yeah, shut up. Okay. That's what I think when I see the thumb. I'm like, yeah, whatever, girl, shut up. I got better things to do. Like, don't. Okay. So for my chats, and I think some of the ones that we have here, I change my chats to like a cow or a horse or something ridiculous, because you don't want to be the person that's posting all the cow faces, right? So in my chats, I have a little roll up on top that says, oh, by the way, like we love to push that little thumb because it's fun when you're lazy, right? But let's not do that. let's not give each other thumbs. Like there's a little function inside the chat now where you can hard press on it and give them a thumb or a thumbs down or a sad face or, you know, big heart eyes, but don't do it in the chat. Okay. Like let's respect everybody's notifications, for goodness sakes. So in the red and the yellow ones, you guys, I do post that and I say, please don't use a thumb. In fact, let me change the thumb to a big like donkey so that you don't push on it. Okay. So, and again, that's because the reds especially are not here to get blown up via messenger. All right. So we set those expectations and those boundaries right from the front. When new people hop in, I just kind of remind her in a separate chat, like, hey, just so you know, these are the rules that are in that chat, copy paste, super simple. Just don't use the thumb, that kind of stuff. Right. And if you have any like personal questions or whatever, you're welcome to message me instead of putting them in the chat, specifically for the red and yellow hearts. All right. And so you will engage with them monthly. And again, I put here, think kudos, because a lot of people don't even know what the kudos is. Like, what is that? Well, it is like your way of maximizing savings. That's what it is. I don't even call it like the customer special, because then they're like, oh, it's for customers and it's not for me. Like, no, it is for you too, but it's the way to maximize your savings for the month. All right. So I engage in my red heart chats monthly, sometimes a little bit more often than that. If we have a sale that happens, like when the bronzer was on sale last month, I'm like, holy crap, girlfriends. And I like to break it down and do the math for them. For girls that are on my team that are here, they know that I love doing the math breakdown, because for some people, they just don't understand 20%, like how much is that really? Right? So I like to do the math for them and be like, oh my gosh, it was supposed to be this, and now it's 19 plus your commission. Like this is what it comes out to be. Like it is just ridiculously cheap. Like super cheap, right? So I break it down for them in terms of math and how much it's going to cost, how much it costs them. So not the $19 retail price, but how much it's going to cost you as a red shopper or whatever discount shopper that you want to refer to them as. For the yellow hearts, we engage with them weekly. Okay, these are mostly just to share ideas, like, hey, you know, who wants to make an extra $20 this month? You know, let's shout out some ways that we can, you know, sell some mascara or whatever. This is not as like, oh my gosh, did you see what I just posted on the team page? Like go do this and go do that, go do a flash sale. Like flash sales are kind of overwhelming for yellow heart people. And you'll know, like as your chats go on, you'll be like, okay, this chat started as like a hobby chat, but now these girls are legit trying to run. So now they've become your green chat, right? So you'll know kind of like the pace of the chat. And then also what ends up happening is sometimes you'll pull people out of those chats as they grow, and you can form new chats. Okay. Like chats are not like jail. Like you're not stuck there. You can create new chats if you need to. And then in those yellow heart chats, we do shout outs because people like to be, you know, acknowledged for things that they've done. Oh my goodness, Becky just got a sale. Everybody dance. You know, everyone puts their little like GIF dancing thing. And then of course the green ones, those are like your runners per se. And that's where a lot of shout outs happen, a lot of brainstormings, a lot of girl chat. We talk about things that aren't even related to unique sometimes. And again, it's building that bond. It's building that relationship. It's building that common ground with them, because if you can build that bonded relationship, you guys, I don't know if I had put it on one of these slides already, but the first 72 hours of somebody joining is the most essential time for you to get in their messenger. Okay. Because they've joined for a reason. They're excited about something. They're excited about something in the kit, even if they're just a kidnapper. They're excited about making a couple extra dollars if they're a yellow heart. They're excited about possibly changing their life because you have posted so many wonderful things on your Facebook about how this business has changed your life, that they're excited to do the same as well. So the first 72 hours are extremely crucial. Okay. It's just like with, if you watch, I think that show's called like 72 hours, something like it's like a murder case. Exactly. Okay. It's the same thing. Like 72 hours are so critical, you guys. You need to get in there quickly with them. Okay. And that's not to say that you have to like be down their throat, but at least make that engagement with them within the first 72 hours, and preferably through a voice chat so they can hear your excitement and it's not just like a blah, blah, blah. And let's face it, when you get a message and it shows a little voice like bar graph thing, aren't you like super intrigued? And you're like, oh my God, what did she say? I wonder what she's talking about. Is she going to tell me this? Oh, I don't even know. What does she have to say? Like, you're super nosy, right? And you want to go and press it versus seeing that, you know, whoever has gone and messaged you and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll answer it later, because you probably already see what she's already starting to type, right? So voice messages are always my favorite way to go, followed by a really fun GIF afterwards. Alrighty, so step 10 is to reevaluate their commitment monthly, okay? Monthly. It's really important because what might happen is you may have a really fun kudos, and all of a sudden the girl who's just a discount shopper is like, holy crap, so I do get like a really good discount off of this, because last month I got that set that was really awesome. And then this month it's something that's really awesome because you just shared the kudos with me. So maybe maybe I can probably, you know, share a little bit more with my friends. And then maybe the yellows are going to say like, okay, so last month I totally reached yellow status in 1 month and I was not intending to do that. So now what do I have to do to get to pink? Or what do I have to do, you know, to perhaps sponsor somebody? So again, you reevaluate their commitment monthly. Now, this does not mean that you go to them and say, okay, let's reevaluate your commitment, right? That's not what you're going to say. You're just going to have that chat with them. So what do you think? You know, were you excited about the discount that you got last month? Or if they bought the kudos, so what do you think about the kudos? Did you really, like, how much did you really love that beloved palette? Is it not are those not like the most beautiful colors ever? You know, like having that kind of conversation, and you'll be able to tell from her response where she's at. Is she still in the same chat, or can you move her into something else? Can you commit to her a little bit more because she's ready to commit to you? Okay. Monthly, we're going to reevaluate that. And most importantly, I wanted to point out that life happens, you guys, and people's priorities will change. So yes, a presenter will most likely fluctuate between, you know, probably 2, maybe even 3 of those areas where they're like all in, and then the next month they're like all gone. You're like, SOS, like what happened to her, right? It totally happens, and it's normal, and it's not our position to tell them that what they're doing or their decision is wrong. Okay. It's your position to influence them, and to be there for them and to live the mission to uplift, empower, and validate them wherever they are in their life and wherever they are in their journey. Okay. The worst thing that you can do, you guys, is to go to somebody and say, oh, well, really? Because last month you said that you wanted to like make this a business, and now you're saying that you're not. So are you not? Are you? Like, we are not anybody's boss here, okay? It is a privilege for us to be able to work with other women and to help them with where they are right now in their life. And the moment that you realize that and then stop making it about you and then making it about their journey and how you can help them, it's gonna take a lot of pressure off of you, I promise. And you're just gonna feel better about it, okay? So again, presenters will fluctuate between these categories. And it's not our duty to tell them if they're right or wrong. I mean, we're nobody's boss here. Okay. That's the beauty of this business, is that people can come and go as they please, which sometimes turns into, you know, the biggest struggle, because you spend a lot of time with somebody and then they go by the wayside, and that's okay. All right. Because you never know, they may come back. I have a presenter on my team. It's a purple status presenter who was about to fall off, and I messaged her and I was like, hey, I don't want you to lose your discount. Like, is there a product that you love? Like something I can teach you with, you know, teach you about, or blah, blah, blah. And then she just continued to see my post, you guys. And then she came to me one day. She's like, okay, I think that I really do want to sell. And I think I really do want to build a team. And she was the first purple status presenter on my team. Okay. She went from pink to purple in 3 months. And that is all because of her mindset, and because I never turned my back on her. It was not me that did it. I don't want to take any credit for that, but I'm saying that as a leader, I never turned my back on her. I never said, okay, well, she's about to drop off, so I only have a kidnapper. All right. So you have to change and have that mental shift. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy. All right. And last but not least, I love this little quote here. Leadership is the capacity to influence others through inspiration, motivated by passion. That is your passion for something in this business, generated by a vision. So you need to know where you're going with the people on your team, and produced by a conviction, ignited by a purpose. I know it's like a whole mouthful, but if you go back and read it through and take piece by piece, you guys, it really can speak to your heart and can speak to you as a leader wherever you are in your journey right now, and allowing you to go and meet people where they are in their journey. Okay. Nobody is just a kidnapper, you guys. Everybody is super valuable, and they will serve a purpose. And if you can learn how to influence them with where they are that exact moment in their business, they will meet you there. Okay. You will meet them there. They will meet you there, and you guys can walk together. It's like when a bride and groom come together, they walk down the aisle and it's all beautiful. Okay. It's the same concept. Meet them where they are. Okay. Don't push people. I mean, you can push them by motivating them and inspiring them, you guys, but you have to meet them where they are. It's not about your goals. Okay. It's about theirs. And again, the more yellows that you build, your yellow brick roads are going to lead to your emerald cities. All right. So I am going to, whoa, you guys are chatty. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So what happens if you don't have any chat group set? So you just start one. It's that simple. You can go back, and I mean, it's never too late to start. You can go with the girls that joined your team last month. If nobody joined your team and you're by yourself and you're a yellow status presenter, you are still rocking. And I think it's amazing that you're even on this call or listening to the replay of it, because that means you want to get somewhere, right? So you would just start your chats when you have somebody join your team, and then just, continue going on from there. I'm sorry. Awesome tips. I never thought about the small group chats. The reds scare you? Oh, no, the reds are amazing. The reds, you are afraid of the red hearts, and the red hearts are super afraid of the business, okay? Because there's a fear. There's an underlining fear there. And the easiest thing for somebody to do is to join the business and say, I really don't want to sell, because then there's no expectation. There's no pressure on them, and they don't want to let you down, all right? And they're afraid of something. That's it. There's just fear. So if you can guide them along the way, it's like that baby walking, right? So you're just never going to walk. No, you're going to totally take the steps and eventually let go of the table and take a couple more steps, right? But as a mom, you're going to be there for your child, right? You're going to help them walk. You're not going to say, oh, you're right, sweetie, you're scared. I'm scared too. Don't ever walk. Like, you're not going to do that, right? You need to just reach out and make that connection. It doesn't have to be right away that you talk about putting them in a chat. I usually try to fill them out. If they're like super like, yes, no, okay, thank you, like a robot, and don't want to talk to me, then I probably, know that they're like super anti leave me alone, and I still leave that relationship open. I comment on their things, I let them know that I care, and they're not just a number in my business. What are you naming these chats when you start them? Some of them I don't name at all, because I don't like to scare them away. If they are yellow or green heart type chats, then those I will name. I will name like, discount girls, discount divas. Like, I just try to use the same like word through my chats, because my chats get a little crazy in terms of like inbox overload. So I try to use the same words, or like move them around or add an emoji so that I know what they are. But the red ones I typically don't name, because again, they feel like, whoa, she's categorizing me, like I'm already scared. And then the green ones, of course, like we're running, like we are the money makers. Okay.